Thought I'd make a quick video to talk more about the title. What is up, Finn fans? Hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. Hope you guys are watching some college football or just relaxing or just spending time with your family. But Tua Tagovailoa is trending on the sports media on Twitter, and that's for an obvious reason. If you could read by the title, he has cleared concussion protocol. I saw it first from Adam Schefter. I will pop up this little quote. It says, since suffering concussion in week 4, again, week 3 was back. Week 4 was concussion. Tua Tagovailoa, the Dolphins, and his team of independent doctors follow a thorough process that far exceeded the NFL's concussion protocol, per sources. He received 4 outstanding opinions in addition to team doctors who unanimously cleared him from protocol and all agreed that his scans showed no signs of long-term impact to the brain. This is a best-case scenario for the quarterback, who was off to an impressive start to the 2022 season and is expected to return to action next week. Absolutely love to hear that, especially hearing that he will return next week. Now, I know, just like me, a lot of people are we're very hesitant, right? Want to make sure that Tua is okay, want to make sure that there's no long-lasting damage to his brain, all that stuff. And I have this also from Tom Pelissero saying that Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa flew to Detroit and Pittsburgh to meet with specialists far exceeding the normal concussion protocol before he was cleared today. Returning to practice this week was the final step, and he's now slated to start next week versus the Steelers, which is absolutely huge. And I love the fact that not only the Dolphins, but Tua himself were like, let me make sure that I'm okay. Let me make sure that there's no long-lasting injuries. Let me make sure that I can go back to play football. Because I'm pretty sure if he went, again, he had 3 doctors. There was the 2 doctors that were after the game, the Bills game, and gave him 4 days clearing. There's also the 3rd doctor that came in the investigation, talking about that it was a back injury. Then he had to clear concussion protocol. He also had, specialists come in, and then on his own, he went to Detroit and Pittsburgh to make sure, and they far exceeded the normal concussion protocol. So I know that there's new things set in place with the spotters and everything, and I'll get to that real quick. But I like that he took this seriously, right? We all know that Tua wanted to play. We all know that he has that fight in him. We all know that, he tried to come back when he broke his ribs against Buffalo. Even, Brian Flores said, I had to stop him from trying to go back on the field because of his ribs. We all know that he has that fight in him. He did it against LSU when, I think it was like 6-7 days before the game, he had the shoestring surgery on his ankle. The kid is a fighter. He loves playing football. He always is going to try to come back. But he was smart about this. He's now married. He has, he's a husband. He's a son. He's a human being. So this is incredibly more important than football, that he is okay and his future is okay. And the fact that he took the steps, the fact that he exceeded the steps, right, to make sure, because what everyone saw on prime time football, I don't know if everyone saw it because, again, Amazon Prime owns Thursday Night Football, but what everyone saw really put to light it wasn't just a normal concussion where he gets knocked out and he's kind of just out, either face down or on his back. And we've seen this happen back in the day. You got jacked up and stuff. We see him kind of laying there, and then they kind of come to, and then they stumble the hands and him being on the ground and then him getting stretchered. It was a sight that we shouldn't have to see that. So the fact that he went above and beyond, made sure that not only the NFLPA, the NFL's doctor, the team doctor, but specialists, 2 different states he flew to make sure that there's no long-lasting damage to his brain, makes me feel so much better that he's coming back, and makes me feel so much better to root for him, right? We got to protect him. That's first and foremost. Austin Jackson has not been declared off of injured reserve, so he is not going to be starting at right tackle. I don't know about Teron Armstead, but we need to protect this guy. He needs to learn to let go of the ball quicker. He needs to stop trying to play hero football and play smart football. I'm going to talk about trade deadline stuff too. I have a video for that, and there's some guys out there that I would target to help with this offensive line, but now I'm like, all right, he's good, he's healthy, he needs to just play smarter football, and the fact that he went above and beyond makes me feel better that he's not just rushing back because of his love for the game, but he took the steps. And some people are like, why isn't he playing this Sunday? Because why rush him back? You know, he hasn't been running with the ones. He hasn't been practicing for the past 2 weeks. I get that he, you know, has run with the ones and he is prepared for the past 3-4 weeks when he did play. But you're going to play the guy who has been going through the game plan, who has been going through all the reps and everything. And that's why Skyler is starting, you know, even over Teddy, because Teddy wasn't even running most of the practice. It was Skyler. So you're going to go with, look what happened the Bengals game. Teddy comes in, didn't run with the ones, wasn't prepared for the week. Kind of look what happened. That Skyler comes in against the Jets. Again, barely ran with the ones, wasn't prepared. He actually didn't have anyone on the sidelines. Look what happened. Mike McDaniel's playing this smart. We got to win this game against Minnesota. Yes, it's going to be fun to watch the Steelers game on prime time, 50th anniversary. Brian Flores is on the other side. I bet your bottom dollar that they're going to be wearing their throwbacks. It's good to look towards that, but get to 4-2. We got to win this game. So Skyler needs to start. He's been practicing all week. He's been preparing all week. They have a game plan for Skyler, for a righty quarterback. He's going to play. Now, Teddy Bridgewater also clear concussion protocol, right? Everyone's talking about Tua. Teddy Bridgewater also clear concussion protocol. Are you surprised by that? Because I'm not surprised by that. He didn't have a concussion. The spotter noticed him stumble, which no one else saw it on the video. Fun fact, the spotter apparently is an independent doctor from that area. Now, I'm not going to put my tinfoil hat on and tell you that he was a Jets fan and yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. But he is from, go look at who, go look up who these spotters are, and they're from the area. Now, I don't think they're from the team, because if they are, then that is a big bias, but they're from the area. So it was a New Jersey doctor, and I don't even think they're really doctors, that spotted him, and they're not even on the field, they're up in the booth. So Teddy Bridgewater, for one, should have never been taken out of that game. You look at Justin Fields, he wasn't taken out of that game. Hello, he should have, if you're going to compare Teddy to Justin Fields. And he should have never been in concussion protocol. Should have been able to go back out on the field and play against the Jets. But he's out of concussion protocol. He's going to be backing up Skyler. Again, same reason Tua isn't starting. Skyler's been preparing, practicing, and getting ready, and the game plan is for him all week. To throw Teddy in there with like 1 day of preparation, not even, because again, he just cleared concussion protocol today, would not be smart. So we're going up against the Vikings team. If you didn't watch the preview yesterday, go check it out. I kind of break down, I completely break down what their team is, what our team is, their versus, what I think, all that stuff. Got to get this W. Can't look past this, because it's going to be fun to watch Tua come back against the Steelers. We got to get this W. Got to back Skyler. Hope he has a fantastic game. 350, 3 touchdowns. The Dolphins just light it up. We could take a knee at the end of the game. I'd love that, to go into playing the Pittsburgh Steelers 4-2. Let's get this W, but it's a very, very, very good news to hear Tua is going to be able to play on next Sunday night against the Steelers, and that he took such extensive tests and such extensive, the fact that he went and saw as many doctors as he did, and his brain scan showed that there's no extensive damage and no long-term damage, fantastic. Makes me feel so much better that he's coming back. Makes me feel so much better that I'm going to root my heart out for him. Just like this Sunday, I'm going to root my heart out for Skylar Thompson. Again, this isn't a Skylar versus Tua debate. This isn't a Skylar versus Teddy debate. This isn't... If the quarterback on the Dolphins is wearing that jersey and we are playing a game, I'm rooting for him, because we got to get this win. regardless. I rooted for Teddy against the Bengals. I rooted for Teddy against the Jets. And then I ended up rooting for Skyler against the Jets. Just because I point out in my film breakdowns areas that they need to do better doesn't mean I don't like them. It doesn't mean I'm not rooting for them. So I will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m., for the Dolphins taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Big, huge game. We got to shut down their offense. We got to keep the ball in our hands, keep them on the sideline. Huge game. But Tua will be back the following week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's get this W, boys. 4-2. Here we come. But like usual, stay classy and fins up.